Hello, everybody. It's episode 123 of Unlimited Railworks. Gamesline. Good lord, Gamesline.
Damn,
anime
you got
podcast.
it. It got you. Got you.
I can't believe it got me. I feel like I've been so fine at it now. Yeah.
Get on.
Yeah. Really, honestly, I feel ashamed. I feel disgusted. No, this is Gamesline's anime podcast, and I'm your host Rose. And with me is the whole gang of... That was Maverick.
Hello.
Hi. John.
Hello.
Hi. And Elvie.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So we're going to do a quick episode on all honesty because I think we've all been crazy busy. And it's just about Christmas at this stage, so... It's just
turns out that having a new job... really constrains the amount of time you can actually have for anime.
Especially this time of year, I'd say. I feel
that
like...
That is the problem with capitalism.
Yes. Exactly. It stops you from watching all the damn anime.
Yes.
No, yeah. Boy, do I hate...
Your commute, yeah. I was going to ask you that, if you're okay with talking about that.
Oh, no, the commute's fine, honestly.
Oh, okay. That's shockingly not the...
No, it...
Because aren't you going... Okay, well...
Get this. It's a job where it actually feels closer to my, outset as a career goal and actually feels like I can grow and develop.
Ooh.
What?
Oh.
I didn't know that type of thing could exist.
I know, right? It's crazy. Still weird that I gotta, put it under, work and it's gotta, provide for my sustenance, but... Nah, it's been pretty killer.
Good.
That's good.
Always happy to hear that.
And only have to be in the office 2 days out of the week, so that's pretty solid.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice indeed.
Hard to complain about a commute when it's like that.
Oh, yeah, and I'm also, the funny thing is that I have an office in Manhattan and also the Bronx. You'd think, oh, man, the Bronx, that's, far.
Yeah, I was wondering about that aspect.
Haven't had to do it, yet, but it's, my main station is, 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away from me. So it's never that bad of a walk. But to get to the Manhattan office, one of my lines, straight, 20-minute ride. And I'm just, the stop right around the corner. So it's, pretty easy to just get in and out. Mm-hmm. For the Bronx, also another train at my station. But then I have to transfer, a couple stops when I get into Manhattan. But then that's just a one-way trip, and we actually moved offices recently to another block. But now this means that, literally I can step out of the train, and my office is right there.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you directly interact with kids, or no?
Yeah.
So have you had... So you just started, so you have to wait a bit before you start indoctrinating them. Okay.
Literally January.
Showing them the good shit, yeah.
January is literally the time where it's oh yeah, I'm going to be talking to what are potentially going to be the people.
before any of like some of them probably already there. Before any of them are like, "Wow, Attack on Titan, you gotta stop that. You gotta step in and intervene."
They probably already
Right
have,
there.
and like that's going to be their thing. But I can at least talk to them and be like, I can show you better. We make mistakes in our youth, and I can just show you better.
Radicalize them. Talk to them about what the fuck is going on with Jujutsu Kaisen's like workplace issues. Like,
Yeah.
let's go. we might discuss that later.
That can be your excuse for when the story gets bad. If you're talking to kids, you can just be like,
Correlation.
well, see, you know, they haven't quite figured out the divide of work yet. But no, I'm happy to hear that that's working out so well, Maverick.
Yeah.
At least someone's winning this year, is what I'll say.
Oh.
You know who is winning this year? I figure we could just get this out of the way since 3 out of the 4 of us watched it. Did you talk about this last time? The Scott Pilgrim anime?
We did not. We did talk about it, but we were very careful to not spoil it. So I don't know if
Okay.
like this is us now being like, yeah, actually now let's talk about it.
Yeah,
in full.
because I
Yeah.
watched it all with Trixie,
Okay, yeah, I finished
former
it. Yeah.
host, and
Uh-huh.
not host, you know, comrade. And I thought it was pretty swell. So Scott Pilgrim fans are winning, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I was like, who's winning? I don't think
Yeah,
it's.
it's the Scott Pilgrim fan.
I don't. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah.
I was really glad that it feels like the direct type of approach you should take in the modern era with the Scott Pilgrim thing. I really like how there was like a big like ramp up before it came out of people being like, "Oh, the discourse is going to be insane. Just watch."
I do
And then it's
remember
like,
that, yes.
actually, everyone just likes it. So
Yeah, or they don't like it, and that's fine.
Yeah,
Like, it's not
they just
like
sort
the
of didn't
response to
engage
it
with it.
hasn't been any implosion at all
Yeah.
that people feared. It's just been like, quiet, a little quiet, very quiet actually.
at least in the in a couple of my scenes, I know there's been a big uptick in art, which is very funny for me conceptually to see. Of just like, yeah, that is Scott Pilgrim gay fan art in 2023. Yeah,
Yes, I've
I
seen
thought it
those too. Yeah.
I thought it was I thought it was pretty good. I thought it had good sense of humor. It had a great pace. Me and Trixie just banged it out in like a day. We just watched all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like my criticisms of it, it really just comes down to like I feel like this is a thing I have a reoccurring thing in Western, not Western, but like especially in Western shows recently, where it's like I've been watching a lot of procedurals, you know, my old people shows, Columbo, Murder She Wrote, etc.
Honestly, Columbo's coming around as like.
I think everyone
No
knows
longer-
Columbo owns.
Yeah,
is the thing. Yeah,
he's in. Honestly, he might be a Zoomer show. You know, like at this point, the cycle has happened.
I mean, you
I think
can
it's a
watch
show
it for
for
free.
everyone. It's a show
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, Columbo captured. You know, he's the working people's detective, right? That's what they always said. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they referenced Columbo in this TV show. In Scott Pilgrim, they said Ramona watches Columbo. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Remember when I was complaining that Miggy and Dolly did the time period incorrect joke of Steve Jobs? In this show, Scott Pilgrim says Detective Pikachu, but Detective Pikachu doesn't exist yet.
Fucked up.
And I was like,
This is the universe where Detective Pikachu came out in 2005.
instead of Pokemon Ranger, they did Detective Pikachu.
Here's the thing. He lives into 2005 where he has a PSP Go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of insane things going on in
Things
there.
are just
Yeah.
different.
Toronto's different.
I mean, it's probably all fucked up and kind of like meta. I don't know. Maybe who's to say that's really a continuity error, or like, you know, with the whole thing like time travel happens, right?
That's
so,
true.
Maybe it's just that.
My main critique was like how it has to go somewhere meaningful
Right.
at the end almost, because like I
Right.
thought like the strength of this show was all its character work, like just having an episode dedicated to each character basically.
Right.
And fucking around.
Right.
It felt like a really good expansion upon the original Scott Pilgrim to be like, you know what? I decided you can fix them now, sort of. Like,
Right.
Things cannot suck, which is nice. But then, like, when it gets to that cohesive whole at the end, it was just, I was sort of like, well, I would have, accepted, like, maybe one more Patel episode or something instead.
Yeah, I would say that's maybe my one of two criticisms of this show. Yeah, the art direction's awesome. Like, this very much encapsulates how both, the old art style and then some of the synthesis of, like, how the video game ended up looking like really translates well to actually proper animation. My big issue with it is very much like, I wish it was longer, because, like, it felt like there was, like, a very nice meaty middle that was going to focus on a lot of the supporting cast that we didn't get in the previous incarnations of the series, and it just kind of stops you a little too quickly, I think.
Yeah.
To circle back, like, be like, okay, how do we resolve the main couple, like Ramon and Scott? And right, I agree. There should be more Matthew Patel, absolutely. I felt like the Roxy episode was very good.
Yeah.
And then she just doesn't come back really until the end. But she had a very solid arc, like that was resolved very perfectly. I know our Scott, Gamesline Scott, he mentioned he also saw it, and he was like, there was not enough Kim Pine. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Like, that was, like, she has a bunch of side comics and stuff that were never, that people, like, forget about. Yeah, it's like, there's a lot they could have done with her, especially as, like, oh yeah, we do forget she actually was technically an ex, and they don't really unpack that. She's just like,
they have, like, the tiny, like, a tiny, like...
and it's like, oh, that's so interesting in the context of this series now, like, flipping the switch on that. So I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot more that you could have done with that, and I think made it longer. So, which would make the whole statements Brian Lee O'Malley's been playing about being like, we don't have a plan for a second season really. I think it's fine as is, but whatever. And that's totally fine, right? I'm not expecting that. But yeah, like, I feel like more could have been done in the middle. And then my other criticism, not really a criticism, but I guess a comment, like, yeah, the weird interest, people who had more of a negative reaction to the show, like, yeah, the weird, iffy, thing in regards to marketing something like this, like how, like, people feeling like, oh, they've been misled over, like, oh, it's not actually a straight adaptation, it's actually more like a sequel or a reinterpretation, and that's, I think, valid. It's like a valid, so, like, that makes sense to be put off by, like, oh, I didn't expect this, right? Which is interesting in the limelight of, like, I don't know what the fuck marketers are doing with, like, media entering 2024, right? There's the whole issue right now where, like, they're not accurately marketing musical movies as they should be. Like Timothy Chalamet's, like, Wonka, the Mean Girls musical, like, they're not clear their musicals in the trailers, which, at least in their initial trailers, but they are musical movies, but for some reason they're afraid to advertise their musicals. So I don't know, there's something going on there with, like, marketing media as a whole that I don't really have answers to, but it's kind of interesting, right? Like, how would that change, like, some of the negative feedback if they actually were more upfront about what was going to happen to it, etc. So yeah, but yeah, as a whole, I felt like, yeah, it's a very good and interesting reapproach to a material that needs to be updated, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was glad, especially that I think, like, there's been a couple examples of this in recent times with reevaluations of older works and stuff like that. I was glad that the part about knives was, I would have liked a little more knives, but I do appreciate that they just went in, like, the last episode, like, knives, did you know that me dating you is frowned upon by society? Like, very, like, obligatory type moment. Of just, like, that's the thing everyone jokes about, but it's like, it doesn't matter in the scheme of that narrative. It's, like, part of a larger point, Never
mind that shit. I don't care. She's in the band.
She's in the band. That's what I was going to say, is, like, I wanted more knives stuff, but ultimately I was still fine, because it's like, they do a good job of, like, hey, she gets to have her little, moments with Steven Stills and Kim, at least. And I do wish that was a larger part of the show. Again, maybe we could cut out the ending parts that forms a cohesive narrative and just sort of have it as a continuity rather, instead because parts of that show like try to delve into this idea of like, the world continuing past that ending or whatever of the original. But it's like, you could also just have it not end on a big ending then. You could just have it feel like it is just going to continue forever with all these stupid motherfuckers everywhere doing all their stuff. But I feel like that's just a thing that has happened recently. Because I love my show Person of Interest, right? And that's a show that starts as a procedural and goes into like a scripted thing with a set ending.
Right.
And then it's just like everything is that now, is how it feels. Like everything has to come together. I was watching fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark? The reboot series, okay? And that has to have a grand narrative that all comes together. And it's like, you're missing the...
Okay, wait, okay, tangentially related to this. No, I finally watched the Doctor Who Christmas special.
Oh, yeah.
And that, like, again, talking with other people about the problems that have been happening with Doctor Who's a kid's show. Doctor Who is a kid's show. I'm going to reiterate, Doctor Who is a fucking kid's show. But talking about, like, it with other people and, like, when, other fellow adult fans, friends like me who, like, watched the show but then dropped off, reiterating the same issues where at some point the series started taking itself too seriously. Like, where for some reason, like, all the past several seasons of the show, like, all feel like they needed to crash into a wall to hit a cohesive, like, ending, or resolve some grand, like, long-standing arc that is haunting each episode. But it's meant to be an episodic, goofy series of, like, a dumbass alien person taking along, like, average people and, like, giving them therapy, like, across weird situations, basically. But that was kind of, like, the interesting, similar conversations, like, why does everything need to have, like, an arc? And that's also kind of, like, the MCU impact, right? Like, everything, like, every movie now, like, just needs to have the post-credits scene, because it's going to connect to something bigger.
Exactly.
You better, like, it's, right? It's just it's a problem across many things right now, and over how fiction is being made, right?
Yeah, I think sometimes people need to realize you don't have to have the grand goal in the end, I guess. But with like this, I understand it at least a little more, is the thing. Like, I get wanting to have like your larger overarching thing again. All of these have fixed endpoints, but and to bring up like a current problem, like unfortunately, an actor for a Marvel movie now got convicted for being a fucked up person. So now they're like in a situation where it's like, oh shit, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes in the writers' room. Are now like, okay, they dropped that actor now. What the fuck are they gonna do now? Because they like planned this, I'm assuming, like, big arc revolving around this character, this villain character. And now they're like, do we recast? They're having all these questions. Do we recast him? Are we dropping this plot? They, like, screwed themselves over, like, in this corner because they were like, let's have this big arc. But then reality got in the way and this person is bad and needs to go to jail. So, it's just, like, things can be contained. Like, things can be enjoyed and contained, right?
No, Can't believe they couldn't just go the DC route.
Everyone needs to plan a dark universe at least once in their life. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so then that way you can make a podcast about what you could do with the dark universe. Shameless plug for my friends, by the way. No, but Scott was good. I get what you mean. But I think ultimately still, like, with this more or less being Brian Lee O'Malley getting to do another look back at being 20, once while he was in the middle of the process, and then again now that he's, like, 40, it makes sense he would want to have something that's at least like, hey, you don't have to be the person that becomes bitter. You can at least be receptive and grow and actually, like, take in what's going on, which I think is also a good way to, like, highlight that in the big part of all this, too. I think people just forget that, like, everyone kind of sucks. The whole cast is shitty in their own particular ways. Like, no one ever gives Kim Pine guff for her relationship with Knives in the comics. Given that it's much like there are like so many ways that like it goes, and it's not to say that like there's a moral good or bad in this, but more just like you just have people that are actively learning how to grow up, and the resolution there isn't even like, oh, we're past the hurdle. It's more just recognizing we can actually start taking the steps to get over this hill.
Yeah. And in general, like, yeah, I think like the hopefulness is really what I think is the appeal of this adaptation, I guess, for lack of a better. I saw some people say it was a deconstruction. I'm like, no, it's not. It really isn't. I think it's just like a
I don't know, that
different
might be a little
POV type situation, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Like instead of it being Scott, you have to defeat my evil exes. It's saying, shit, I gotta talk and find closure with my evil exes.
Yeah, I think before this show came out, like, and everyone was was really going like, oh, are they going to talk about how Scott sucks? And it was like, me and my wife were like, part of that story is that Ramona sucks too. It would be nice if they got into that. And then it's like, yeah, they did now. I feel like pretty good.
Yeah, and it still centers in on Scott because of the fact that it's like, oh, even if I only know you for a minute, that is still enough of an interest and a like concern that it's pushing me to actually go and do this and more or less take care of my baggage before actually getting to your shit, versus me kind of just having to lump it in there with you. Again, book 5 does such a good job of just showing how not together everything is. Oh God, one of my favorite parts.
Mine as well. Yeah, it was good. I was gonna say, I assume both of you watched the dub, because everyone else I know watched the dub.
I slowly started getting through the sub.
Okay.
And yeah, like, no complaints so far. Fyro's Eye is a very fun Ramona. Getting Kaguya to be knives is, like, perfect. They do these things where it's like, yeah, no, this makes sense to me. Like, that would be just, like, the ideal to a high school me.
And they had Yu Kobayashi as Julie was really good, as one that I thought really worked. Because it's like, I liked seeing all the clips of Aubrey Plaza, obviously. But I really liked her Japanese dub voice.
It definitely does make me think that, like, those rumors about, like, oh, they did the English cast first, but then used those as the basis for...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they got the fucking... what's his name? Why can't I think of it? Chris... Not Chris. What's his name? The fucking...
What, Lucas
Captain
Lee?
America. Yeah, Lucas Lee.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah. They got his dub voice actor.
Okay.
In Japanese to be voice
Nice.
him.
Chris Evans?
Yeah, so I thought that was like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Young
I-
Neil's
that's-
voice
his
has done
regular-
nothing.
yeah.
He was like perfect.
It's a sign to say you.
Japanese. I was like, holy shit.
Because it was also perfect in English, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I was talking about it before, but it's like, regardless of the thing, it's like, I just didn't hear these guys talk that much in the movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to hear them more here. And especially now that it's like, 10 years past the fact. So a lot of them have gotten, really good practice in just acting in general. Like, Michael Cera was going for it. I really got to give him props for just doing an actual, like, iteration on his character.
Cool show. I'm glad they made it. I would love to see more productions like this, but I mean, they announced fucking Don 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 right after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that came out. So that's exciting from Science Saru to see.
I'm glad that they're doing stuff I want to see again after Yurei Deco kind of just like...
Yeah, what a disappointment. I was thinking, like, when I was looking, I was like, what the... Because I was trying to explain to someone, like, all the things they had done in recent times, and then I was looking and I was like, oh, right.
Oh,
I think it at least shows the strength where, like, adaptation-wise it's good, but then also I think being able to highlight who they are outside of just being the Masaki Yuasa studio, because
Yeah, definitely.
that definitely felt like one where, the animation is there, but the narrative doesn't exactly hold up. But even then, it's like a lot of Yasu's stuff is also adaptation or reinterpretation. So it's a weird conundrum, so to say. But I'm just glad that, like, between this and Heike, which I still have to watch, and then also with Dandadan, hopefully, it is just a case where it's like, oh no, we know the stuff we want to lean into.
Yeah. John,
Yes.
how's it going in the world of manga?
It's going pretty alright. I finished up the Gold and Silver arc of the Pokemon Special / Pokemon Adventures manga.
Oh, nice. That's actually where I think I stopped reading Pokemon Adventures, was when that ended.
I can kind of understand because it was pretty good, so I can see how you're probably like, this is a good place to end it. Pretty wild. I love when they how they make, like they play around with the characters and make them their own.
Yeah.
Like having having who they had as the main villain was pretty funny. It was pretty wild. I wasn't expecting that.
It's a good twist on, especially because Johto has such a shit villain, really, when you think about it in the games proper.
There's no actual villain. It's just like
It's just three guys who really want dad to come home.
Yeah. And then your rival also wants dad to come home, but mostly just to yell at him.
Yeah.
So here's how Gold and Silver are about, the lost generation, actually.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's just... No, I mean, yeah, this one is just like it's they got to incorporate all the legendaries and stuff, but it's YOASOBI. Because they actually had that event in Japan, not over here.
That's what was really driving me crazy in the fucking reading those, and then like seeing some dabbled stuff from the later one. It's like, yeah, it must be nice to be in Japan for the first 4 generations of Pokemon, where you actually get the fucking event Pokemon.
They thought that Arceus would be too hard for kids to figure out, but they kept all that Reggie stuff in there.
Yeah.
They kept all that Reggie stuff in fucking
My God,
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
That was, I think, one of the first game guides I bought.
How are you supposed to figure it out?
The Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire one is fucking nuts because they
had a cool poster.
The 3 main Reggies, it's pretty much the same thing, but they put Regigigas in that one, and they do not tell you how to do it except for like some very, very vague hints. And the way you do it is like, I think you have to like have all the Reggies in your party, but then you also have to like give your I think you have to nickname your Regice and also have it hold a cold item. So it has to hold like an Evermelt Ice or a Castelia Cone or something. And then Regigigas shows up. And it's just like, that's insane. Like, just have them be in your party. Like, just have it be the big old Reggie reunion. What's your fucking problem?
Correct me if I'm wrong, or I don't know if the name has even changed and if better translations have come out. Did he still have Peeboo?
That sounds right.
Pichu.
Hang on, why don't I just check? Let me look at this.
Peeboo?
Peeboo.
Yeah, 'cause
they named Pichu they named them in the the adventures.
Yeah, no, it's very funny because they like make a specific point to be like, each of the trainers are the experts in their respective field. They're like Red is good at like training, and like Crystal's good at catching, and like all that shit. But then Gold is like, I don't have a special thing that for me. I'm not good at that. And then like right at the end, they're like, no, you do have one, and it's hatching eggs. And so he hatches a Pichu egg like right at the end, and it's just like, all right, sure, man. He's got really warm hands or something. That's his power.
got a lot of steps he's taking.
Yeah, I mean he is. I mean, it's pretty funny though because like when they introduced him, his like, and it was pretty fun actually. Is that like they were basically like, oh, he's like a pool shark. He's got a pool cue and he can hit the Pokeballs with them, and so like he can like, do cool stuff with that basically. But then once they introduced Crystal and they were like, oh, she's really good at throwing Pokeballs and she's so good that she can even kick them, and it's like, well, I guess hitting it with a pool cue is a lot less cool. So she became the catch expert. I mean, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you could tell that it was being like written as it went along, but it was fun. I liked it. I'm gonna keep reading more. I'm taking a break though because there's 47 more fucking volumes of this.
Oh, really?
Okay, no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. There's 47 volumes up through X and Y. And then they also have one for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, one for Sun and Moon, and one for Sword and Shield. They have not made one for Scarlet and Violet yet. I don't know if that was announced or anything yet. Maybe they're just, maybe that's something that they're getting around to doing now that the DLC is done and the full story is out there. I don't fucking know though. I mean, especially because, like, if I'm going to be honest, I would say that, like, doing a manga adaptation at this point isn't really worth it because they are leaning into the story a lot more.
In games, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't need someone to just redraw the, like, Kieran story because they did a fine job with that. Like, all the stuff with your crew. Obviously, I think they could improve a lot of stuff in those stories. But on the whole, they're fine, and that's probably as good as they would be in manga form. So they definitely don't need to adapt Scarlet and Violet. But I mean, if they do, then whatever. I probably just won't read it because I don't need to. It's not like they're playing with stuff like in this one, Like I feel like as time went on, they probably like stuck to it a lot more because there's actual stories, you know. Like Red and Blue have they have like an overarching plot, but that game doesn't have a story. And Gold, Silver, Crystal is like a little better, but it's still just like, hey, Team Rocket, you stopped Team Rocket in the last game, they're coming back in this one.
So you're saying it's fine that they did the last one on X and Y because X and Y didn't have a good story.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like I am curious to see if Lysander makes a little more sense.
Yeah, I am too. Funnily enough, we're talking about Pokemon. X and Y specifically, that is the last Pokemon game now that I don't have one from that generation. I finally I picked up another copy of Omega Ruby, so I just need X or Y, and then I have one from each generation. I don't think I'm going to go for all of them, but at the very least, one for each generation I think is a good place for my collection, unless I like fall into getting the other ones. I'm not gonna like spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on this shit.
Definitely not on X or Y.
I mean, X and Y is probably the cheapest Pokemon game right now. Like,
weird.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a bad game. Like, okay, all right, I'm gonna stop talking about Pokemon games.
It's fine. Yeah, we don't want to release you.
Yeah. But yeah, instead I shifted over to Dorohedoro. I'm mostly just chipping away at it while I'm at work. I did read the first volume a while ago, and I did really like it. It was just one of those things where I bought the first volume on a whim, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'll buy the rest of it. And then I found out that it's like 22 volumes or some shit. And I was just like, I don't really have the space for that. So now I'm just reading it digitally instead. And I'm enjoying it just as much. I do really like it. I don't know if the new volume of Q Hayashida's new work, Die Dark, is out. I have been buying that physically at least.
I wish that they would make those Death Note omnibus type books that exist that have like what each part of Death Note in like 3 books total or something. I used to have those.
I mean, they have one that is just all of Death Note in one book, and it's like...
Okay, so it is all in one, okay.
It's all in one, but it's also like straining under the fucking weight. Like that book's its spine is like...
What I mean is I wish they had those for more series and maybe more separated a little more.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think they did those like Fist of the North Star re-releases.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, you know, that's still I think like 8 or 9 volumes or something, but it's way more condensed than, you know, what that manga originally was. But I think the problem is that they usually have to like release that as like a boutique sort of thing because it is more expensive to make. And I mean, I mean, Dorohedoro is great, but I don't know if it's like as mainstream as stuff like that. Like, yeah, like sure. You know, Fist of the North Star can do that, Berserk can do that. Like, I think they were doing some like hardcover releases of like Fullmetal Alchemist pretty recently that looked really nice. You know, they'll do that for like big stuff. Like, they have some really really pretty Cardcaptor Sakura hardcovers and stuff like that. But no, yeah, I mean, I'm not that far into it. I think I'm in like volume 2, so I'm only a little ahead of where I was. And then I also read everything that is out of a manga called Meet Me in the Food Court Tomorrow is what it's called. I saw like some folks on Twitter talking it up. I think like ProZD was saying that he liked it, and I don't know if it's over or if whoever was translating it just stopped. Especially because I think it got like I think it's officially released in English now, so maybe they stopped doing the fan translation for the official release. But it's just it's a cute like story about 2 girls who in middle school agree with each other, hey, we're gonna meet up at the mall food court every day after school once we get into high school. And you know, it skips to them doing that, and you know, like the one girl is like a lazy, like she looks like she's like a smart girl, but she's just like she's kind of a ditz. And then her friend like went full Gyaru, but she's just like really chill and I wouldn't say reserved per se, but just like, you know, just you know, enjoying stuff without overindulging. And it's just them like bouncing off of each other. One of my favorite bits was them just talking kind of about like boys they like, and the black-haired girl is just talking about how into like a gacha game guy she is, and it eventually leads to the Gyaru girl like trying to say that she likes watching this YouTuber, and she pulls up like he's like a horror YouTuber, and
of course,
yeah, and the black-haired girl is just he kind of looked like Chills in the picture, like straight up. Like the black-haired girl's like, damn, he's got a big head, like he's got a big head, and she's just like making fun of his head, and the Gyaru's just like, he doesn't have a big head, stop saying that about him. And it's just like, this is just, it's so good. It's this really realistic little like slice of life, cute little thing where it's just like, oh yeah, these like, I can absolutely imagine 2 girls meeting up and talking about fucking YouTube videos and, you know, being worried about not hanging out with each other after high school and all that stuff. I'd absolutely recommend it. Yeah, I mean, I guess if it is continuing, then yeah, they're probably just releasing it officially, so that'll probably be the way to read it. I think the first volume is out. It was, I think, like a Twitter, like one of those like short mangas that were released on Twitter. And then, like, volume 2, I think, was when the artist actually, like, got picked up in a magazine, so he got longer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, you know, it's good, though. All of it was good. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I think I bet like I bet Elvie you would probably like it quite a bit. I would say.
Yeah, I love that. Love more casual stories where it's just like, female friendship and hanging out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty.
That's good.
pretty. Yeah, that's pretty much the manga update. I mean, I have been keeping up with the stuff that comes out. Like the Heroi Bochi the Rock manga. I think is really good. Like they just did that chapter where they like basically show when Heroi and oh my god, what's when they went to the school to watch their performance, they like showed that through their perspective, and it was really cute and it was funny. And also Octopus Girl, the Spider-Man manga, still updating, and still has a go see the Marvels in theaters now thing on the first page, and I'm just like, man. just let it go. It's like that picture of the guy's backpack with like the one string holding onto it. Just like it's done, bro. Just let it go.
I mean, is that not the same like bad timing with like what game was it that had the demo of Balan Wonderworld? And then by the time like that was like being promoted, right, the game was already done.
Oh god, what was it?
What was that? Like or was it several titles? But
I mean,
Final Fantasy game?
Was it Final Fantasy that had a demo of the Balan?
It didn't have a demo. It had an ad because the demo.
Yeah, it had the flyer with the some.
It had the flyer to download the demo that had been pulled at that point, right? Yeah, that was what it was.
Yeah, because the demo just like came out and everyone downloaded it because they were like legitimately interested because they were like, oh look, it's a Yuji Naka game and it's got that like classic art style, like it looks like a Billy Hatcher, and then everyone played it and they were like, oh. So, but I mean, it's been a few months. Like that the chapter that I just read came out like a couple of days ago, so I don't even know if the Marvels is still in theaters. Like
let alone international.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it got released later, but I mean. I would at this point I would be putting at the very least I would put like sure if you got to put that in there sure, but like I'm a little surprised that there isn't like a little thing that says like, hey, go buy Spider-Man 2 because at least that's like universally agreed upon as being pretty good. So like cover your bases here. Like it's actually tied into this too. Like it's a Spider-Man thing. Yeah, I feel like that story might be getting ready to wrap up though. It seemed like a short little thing, so it'll probably be over soon. That is my manga update. Thank you.
No, thank you. I feel like there was a manga I was reading, but I don't remember now. It's gone, so it probably didn't matter. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say...
Kagurabachi.
Yeah, Kagurabachi. Get real. I heard that it's not doing very well, which is sad. I don't know if it's sad is the right word in that question.
It's perfectly fine. It just got caught in the weirdest zeitgeist.
Yeah. But in relation to Shonen Jump, what I was going to say is I was very happy to see the Ruri Dragon author finally said... they're not sick enough that they can start doing Ruri Dragon next year.
Oh, let's fucking go.
And I was very happy to see that.
Oh my god, that's so good.
And the Machikado Mizoku author also got better a couple months ago and started doing that again. So I'm happy about that as well. It's like everything, we're getting back to normal.
Nature's healing.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, real quick.
Yeah?
I'm just gonna say, do you all remember the fucking the Maid Skater manga? What happened?
Yes. I don't know what happened with that.
They put out one chapter and dipped. Like
shit. You're right.
What's going on with that?
no.
Actually, I just realized that. Like, I'm looking at my manga app, and I'm seeing like all the stuff I have, and I'm like, wait a minute.
One chapter 7 months ago. Yeah.
What's going on with that?
I don't know.
That's so weird. I'm gonna see it. Like, I mean, yeah, y'all go ahead. But, like,
You gotta do some
You're
research.
gonna go into the mines and research. Yeah.
Investigate
I'm gonna
this.
see if there's
yeah,
anything.
this is serious.
Yeah.
You're right.
They're still drawing them on Twitter. That's all I'm gonna say. I definitely still
yeah,
see
maids
them.
are still going on. Maids are still doing sick flips, but in terms,
There's no reason for it. Senseless.
Need the lore.
You know, Elvie,
Yeah.
what's going on in the villainous genre? This actually reminds me.
Yes.
I could talk a little bit about the villainous show I watched. So, what's
What
going
is
on?
going
You
on in the
watched
villainous
these
genre?
I hate the title of one of these. I want to say
I
immediately.
recall. Okay, so I don't know what should I talk first. Okay, I'll actually talk about Tear Moon Empire first, which is
Okay.
I remember we both had. Not both, but we as a whole, as a group, I know these are also two titles we had interesting reactions to when we were doing the season chart way back when, some months ago at this point, right? Yeah, Tear Moon Empire. I remember having had a like, oh, I'm interested in this reaction about Tear Moon Empire. The title though like says nothing about it. Like the title so far, I don't know what. Well, it's her last name. It's her last name.
The reincarnation,
Yes, this
right?
This one's the villainous
Or
reincarnation one where she's basically Marie Antoinette. Right. She reincarnates like in the same world. She just
she just
it's
goes back in time, basically.
It's
Yeah.
basically closer to time traveling, right? I don't know if it's right. Like again, the whole with isekai and reincarnate, like they're all buzzwords, right? But this is more accurately a time travel story, quite honestly, where it's basically analogous to like any kind of generic like Western European like empire with a royalty monarchy system in the Tear Moon Empire, and this young woman, Mia Luna Tear Moon. her fucking name sounds like a fanfic. Like it's like, come on. But anyway, she was basically like Marie Antoinette. They execute her. Like first episode was kind of dark. Like the introduction of the first episode's kind of dark. I was like, wow, they really went to show the whole sequence of her getting guillotined and everything. Not like graphically, but just the whole lead up to it is like, whoa. And it's such an odds to it how the art style is like cutesy. But anyway, we get past that. And yeah, she wakes up as like her kid self again. It's the same world. I don't know, same world, right? Like, but yeah, it's the same setting, same people she's surrounded with. This is through and through just a time travel story. It's not really, reincarnation, I guess. And yeah, much of the series is just her, like, trying to hold back and readjust her life, realizing, on a selfish whim that, like, oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to die, so I'm going to try to shift things in my favor because I just don't want to die. And of course, it's the natural progression where she realizes, no, I just don't want to die. I actually should just be a good person and be better about this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's not much to say about it, but that is the whole premise. It's very interesting to me that, like, I think the first episode's, like, the strongest so far, because, right, every other episode is now just kind of the routine of, like, okay, yeah, this is the shit. She's, like, something's about to happen, and she has a recollection, and she remembers the guillotine, and it's, like, yeah. And it's just, she just remembers, they make the guillotine so cute looking. I have, like, a chibi guillotine. And it's interesting, like, the crux of this is, like, she has, I don't know, there's some gaydar going on. Like, the first episode ends with the fact that it was her maid. Like, it was her head maid that kind of, like, in the end visits her in jail before she gets killed and says to her, like, I'll always stand by you, etc. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was a little weird, but, like, it's one of those things that, like, her relationship between her and her head maid is, like, very interesting because it is her maid that is the one who kind of, like, sparks that inspiration over, like, in the end, this person is still kind to her despite all the shitty things she has done in her seat of power. So yeah, it's just going. There isn't really, again, it's not, there's nothing of distinction to say about it. Like, the premise is what it is. It's this terrible person, who slowly realizes they should just not be a terrible person, right? And just seeing where it goes, right? So it does fit in a weird box with the villainous isekai genre, right? But then it's not quite that. This other show, which is a different side of the coin, which is, I know we all had a visceral reaction to it, because it's called I'm Giving the Disgraced Noble Lady I Rescued a Crash Course in Naughtiness. Because we're like, what the... I remember we all had...
It's not a good
It's a terrible title, because it sounds perverse. It's like, what the fuck is this? Is this an ecchi? I think I remember John, like, saying something, giving it, credit where it's due, where it probably is not what it is, and as it is not what it is. And in fact, the full title, again, this is based on a light novel. Truman King, also a light novel, of course. The full title is actually I'm Giving the Disgraced Noble Lady I Rescued a Crash Course in Naughtiness. I'll spoil her with delicacies and style to make her the happiest woman in the world. This series is actually about a guy who might become a wife guy, I think. It's not actually perverse at all. It's just a terrible title and way too long of a title. This one is also a weird, blurry... Is this a villainish... So, the main character, Charlotte Evans, another very generic Regency name, because of course, sure. She actually is, okay, she and the main guy, she's being chased in the woods by these knights who are trying to kill her. She's basically on the run. She's like an outlaw. And it turns out she actually is from a noble family, but she's like she's a disgraced lady. That first episode reveals actually she's like the bastard kid of like a noble's mistress. She's not a legitimate heir or whatever. There's all these things. That at least so far represent she's being unfairly treated, and I guess like to the ends her family's out to kill her, get rid of her, right? This sorcerer, this guy, this fucked up man, he finds her being chased in the woods, and he basically saves her. And he himself is an outcast for some reason that I don't know why yet. As far as I know, they imply, like, he just uses his magic to do things that seem to go against the norms of society. Like, he actually tries to help people with his magic, but in doing so in ways that are not really approved of, right? So he's just, for some reasons, to narrow in on her and be like, I gotta help this girl out. And he just, like, gives her a house. Like, this is the first episode. This is just the first episode. Like, I don't know. He, like, takes her in, like, in his cottage. He does nothing to her. He's just, like, nice. Like, he's just very nice. He's like, okay, I'm gonna give you could just stay here. And then he just, like, buys her food. He's just babysitting her. He's just watching over her. He's just nice to her. There's nothing, like, so far underlying or bad or weird about it. Beyond the fact that he's obsessed with her, like, you know, there's like a weird underlying weirdness to it, yeah, where there's a catch here, yeah, I'm not seeing. But so far, he's just, like, spoiling her. He's just like, I need to help this girl out. Like, why not? And that's kind of nice. I don't know. It's very strange.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just, like, again, it's just another, like, archetypal story of, like, okay, here are these two outcasts. Which, again, right, you know, like, from the past couple of other series I've watched, right? Like, a lot of these Beauty and the Beast, like, stories... like Beauty and Beast and fantasy like stories like in like the past couple months and this year in particular, which is interesting. And this kind of fits in that. You know, that's to say I think the man is the villainess here and not the girl. I don't know, it's very weird. But yeah, it's kind of like it's falling into like, oh, this might be kind of bland, like than what the title says it is, right? It's just a guy who's just wants to help this girl out, and of course they probably might fall in love, which is what the direction is, right? So that's kind of what is going on with this. The title is more interesting than what the series is actually doing right now. It reminds me a lot of like oh my god, why does the name escape me? But like, yeah, it's another kind of like Cinderella sort of situation where he's just kind of helping her out. So yeah, a little, yeah, just these two series are just kind of sitting into like, like just there's nothing exciting about them, and like when you go in, it's like, oh, okay, that's it. Like, you know, I guess there's like a sigh of relief when you're like watching. It's like, oh, okay, sure, why not? You know, and that's sometimes what you need, right? I don't know. If I were to have like my kind of like I don't know, and again, this is just like a generalization, because I'm just basing this off these 2 series, and again, a bunch of the other stuff I've tried the past year, right? I don't know, I feel like, I don't think isekai might be slowly fading out come 2024, but...
I think it is.
No, yeah, but
honestly.
we're gonna see. I think the saturation we're gonna see is like, yeah, more villainous stuff. I think we're still gonna be stuck with villainous stuff, but I think we're gonna still see a whole circle of like bland fantasy stuff, which is still annoying in its own right. What the fuck is that one with the bird man that was also this season end? But I actually saw a bit.
Shanghai Fantasy
We're
or
gonna
whatever.
probably see more of
Shangri-La
that.
Frontier.
We're gonna see more of like MMO stuff. I think that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna see more.
I wish they fucking played MMOs
right, exactly.
before they made the damn
that's
show.
What it is. Like I saw the first episode of that too, and like it just didn't feel like a. And that one's an isekai. And yeah, that one also is, yeah, like you said, the big issue. Like, these are people who never played video games, and they're like, oh, video games are trendy. Or I think that's what's going to continue. I think there's going to be more villainous isekai, and then more kind of very surface level, like, haha, this is based on a video game stuff. Moving forward. So I don't know. I think, I don't know. It's kind of reassuring that there's more fantasy stuff that's not isekai. So I don't know. That's just what I'm seeing. You know, it's not interesting, but it's not isekai, so...
I've been watching the I know I already talked about it before, but the Yuri, a villainous show.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
And that one's been pretty good.
Oh, okay.
I really I think they're really smart about it, and it makes me think, like, as long as they, like, you need to, like, understand what you're making when it comes to shows like this and stuff like that, because it's like isekai is just a means to an end for so many writers, right? Like, they just don't know how to format their fantasy story,
right?
But like in this one, it's like, I think, like, creating like this woman is like, hey, the real world is homophobic and hellish, and now I get to be in my game with my like lesbian crush or whatever from when I was younger,
right?
It's like that's like an interesting take on that format, and I think some of the villainous shows do that interesting take and have like a fun idea of, you know, what that medium is, what that actually means, and then you also see a couple of them where it's like, I don't think you know what a villainess is in the Tomei game. Actually, I think, and that's my problem with any trend, is just like, I really wish these people actually cared about what they were making, because oof. All I'm saying, Log Horizon has the part where you get to see their fucking macros that they make, that they, like, activate, and then have to have another character use an ability on them or whatever. And it's like, wow, so you played an MMO and understand how it works. And then Sword Art Online is like, you know, the MMO where you don't create your own character, you're a randomly generated one, and then you sell it on eBay. Like, okay, yeah, that's how real people would play games. All right, sure.
See, and then Log Horizon Man, like, I don't think he ever was in jail, but he finally paid his taxes.
He was house arrest, yeah.
So,
there will be more of that as it continues, yeah. He's already been working, yeah. But,
no, but he's never actually been in jail. As far as I know, he's just got, like, a bad, like, scary, like, you know, probably a bunch of court dates he had to deal with, right? But the idea of him, like, just gaming in jail, I don't know, is kind of doing research in jail, if you will. Yeah, Sword Art Online person, I don't know. I don't even know what what are they doing now? Who's to say? Nothing right now. Wait, no, something called Demon's Crest? I don't know what that is.
Like the Ghosts and Goblins?
Let's see, what's this?
The Red Eramer?
This is like a year ago, so it's a light novel. Set in the year 2031, Demon's Crest follows Yuma Ashihara, an elementary school student who participates in a beta test, MMOs, in a beta test of the world's first full dive VR MMO RPG. That's too many. Called Actual Magic, AM. Only to lose consciousness while playing. It's the same story. Only to lose consciousness while playing and wake up in a world where the game and reality have merged. A death game that unfolds. It's the same story. It's the same fucking story. This is the same story, but with children. Why did you use a child main character? He looks like he has like a Digimon bunny thing with him, and a Gase. As you're speaking of Code Geass's new movie.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. No one talked about this. This says this started last year. There probably is nothing in terms of English localization on it. That probably is why. So I don't know. But it's the same story. Okay, there's key art for it. For an anime? I don't know. But anyway, that's anyway, back to our problem. Yeah, like just stories slapping a genre on something and they have no familiarity with it. Yeah.
I was going to ask you also, Elvie, have you been watching the Apothecary Diaries at all?
I'm not caught up. With it.
Okay.
But that, yeah, you're
it's
free
a
to
two-core.
You're free to talk. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I found that out last week and I was pretty excited because I'm all caught up.
Okay.
And I think it's pretty good.
All right,
I think
solid.
it's a great series.
That's nice to hear.
I think they keep compounding the complexities of the overarching narrative.
Okay, that's good.
In a fun one. There was a good episode that I really liked where they talked about like, so they basically have like, she was talking about how she has specifically puts her freckles on her face as makeup to like, you know, whatever, avoid kidnappers, etc. Right. And then like, there's this part where like, everyone is like, wow, she's so beautiful. I don't know if you got to that part. And she's like trying to have poison and she's just getting so stoked about the poison that everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's like the sexiest woman I've ever seen. Like... Look how beautiful she's like, oh, poison, yay.
She's just at odds with what people are expecting of her. Yeah.
But it's just like, I like it. There was this whole arc where she basically leverages the fact that a bunch of guys are like giving her hairpins and stuff like that to like just be like, all right, I can use this to go home for a weekend.
Right. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then them getting into politics with that and a bunch of other stuff has been really cool. It's just a good show. I really like it. I think it really captures everything I want out of that stuff and has really good two main characters that bounce off of each other really well. So that's going to be my standout of the season, I'll say, easily. I think I really like it. Maverick, what is Carol in the End of the World?
Yeah, so this is a little bit of anime.
I've heard about this. It's Girls Last Tour, but with a middle-aged woman. Right?
All right.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
So a little anime Janai here, but in terms of like, you know, have I actually had the time to watch something? I actually started this up yesterday, and I saw the trailer for it at some point on Twitter, and it was basically like Carol Cole is this middle-aged woman in a reality where, God, what is it? An asteroid is approaching Earth, and
it's inevitable. Yeah,
collectively, everyone knows that there are about 7 months left before the asteroid makes impact. Essentially, the end of the world. You know, like everything is gonna go to shit. A lot of, like, with that news, of course, the world sort of takes a weird plunge into the absurd. Everyone's just trying to cross off their bucket lists, doing what they can. Like, the joke is like, oh, the stock market's over. No stores are stocked. Everything is in just, like, total chaos, but, you know, there's so much positivity in how much people are wanting to just, like, do what they need to before they die. For Carol, it's not necessarily a, you know, easy thing. For her, the big thing is just, so far, is realizing, I like the little things. It starts with this idea, like, there's a conversation early on where, like, she's with her parents and they're like, you know, we're kind of worried. You don't want to say anything mean, but we heard from the neighbors that they saw you at the Applebee's. And you were just, like, sitting in there at the Applebee's. Are you okay? You can do anything, you know? Your sister's skydiving and exploring the world. You have friends that are going to Tibet. Like it is a very curious pondre to have, like, of what would you want to do with the end of the world coming its way if you were never really the person that went out and did stuff. And this leads into the conceit for the last 2 episodes I watched. It's a 10 episode limited series, so no dedicated season 2 that should be coming out, but the big thing that comes up is that Carol finds out that there's like people that are going to this office building and are just pretending that they are at work. She ends up getting, hired there, quote unquote, and starts to use that as like her immediate day to day, is like using that, and eventually meets up with a few coworkers from the job, and that's slowly leading into like people that she is now finding herself involved with. She ended up hooking up with a guy in like the first episode who I assume will be making other appearances, but the big thing there is that this is a guy who lost his wife and is like really desperately badly trying to fill that void in his heart, which is fucking rough, knowing that nothing's gonna survive in like less than 6 months at this point. It's been neat. Like it's a very slow burn. I wouldn't like call it comfy, so to say, but it's definitely something reminiscent of like the Midnight Gospel, where if that was taking podcast conversations and animating them to fit the idea of a narrative, here it's much more, we have our framework and what we're going to be like building off of, but also the bulk of it is going to be carried by our voice talent, who are like, comedians, seasoned voice actors, and a lot of it is going to be focusing on the narratives we've built for people, which are really good. Like the dialogues that you get are just very heartfelt and expressive, which for a show that is all about people essentially coming to terms with their mortality and also finding the means to still have a drive and motivation before the inevitable end game. It's a curious situation where not like there's no active conflict outside of just knowing that, you are having to, Carol in this case, is having to just wrestle with her own internal desires. Everyone else is like, yeah, do what you want. But then the question becomes, well, what do I want? And that is sort of what we're now seeing in the next couple of episodes going forward, I think. It's also just really nicely animated. Like, the art style is very different, but the most recent episode I watched, episode 3, had a whole sequence of just showing, like, Carol making banana bread that was just very lovingly made. And it's really interesting to see something that does have a very, like, alternative art style still showcase, like, what it means to have good animation in your framework.
I'm glad that there seems to be an ongoing rise in good animation series recently after, I would say, the Rick and Morty dregs of, like, 7 years, where it was, like, just things that look like Rick and Morty. And I mean no ill will against this show, but the BoJack show as well.
Right.
Of just, like, everything trying to be that for a very long time.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think it's also just the fact that it feels like there's actual, like, money put into the show somehow.
Sure.
Like, I won't argue about, like, the stylization there, but usually that was also met with, like, you hired Will Arnett and Aaron Paul as, like, your main, 2 of your mains. And so it kind of, like, offsets the balance there. But also, yeah, no, like, I am down for more Western animation, willing to at least have more of a receptive stylization to it.
there definitely is something. Again, I think it goes back to Rose and I talking about like why this doesn't need an arc. This doesn't need a plot. Like, and again, I don't know the direction of where Carol's gonna go, and I'm very excited to watch it myself at some point. But there definitely is like a lack of like, I think, and again, you're saying like it's not quite a comfy show, and you don't want to categorize it that way, obviously. But like there is a lack of that, the Shike show like in American animation, or like at least some sort of like I think cohesive slice of life show, right? That there isn't really that big genre of that, like there like I don't want to. I don't want to say like Family Guy or Simpsons where it's a show you go in and out of, right? They don't have like
those are
linear arc, but like you know what I mean.
Sitcoms.
I don't know, like yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if I'm coming off like in a way that makes sense, but right, there isn't like that sort of like genre and it's kind of like, and I'm sure it's there. I just can't think of what title immediately, which is part of the problem. But yeah, it's not really prevalent.
Well, it'd be there, but it's like how it's made. Or Mythbusters, where you're having the process and it's not necessarily trying to create like a solution, but it's more of just a live action demonstration rather than taking a cartoon and taking animation and turning that into a moment of just like exploration of a subject.
Yeah, people found solace in the Great British Bake Off. Like that's a great example I can think of where there is a format, but then that's not necessarily why people watch it. People didn't watch that to see people win. People watch it because of just the idea of experiencing it and finding comfort in it and like the personalities in it. And yeah, that's something that's more present in anime that I think American, animation can, I think, learn a lot from, and I think it goes back to, I think, like the genre of like 4-koma like manga, and we don't like what we don't have that with like I'm thinking of like I don't know the American funnies or that translate into something like that. I don't know it goes back to the differences in I guess cultural aesthetics and I guess sense of humor in the sorts of stories that the audiences kind of prefer, I guess. But it's very interesting, and hopefully it's. There has been like a lot of like again like I talked about Blue-Eyed Samurai last time we had an episode, which again is not inherently an anime, but it does raise interesting questions about that because it's an Asian American like produced show. But I brought it up then because, right, it was interesting how again, like Rose, you were absent, but like Kojima talking about it and liking it. And he was quoted describing it like an anime and just, oh, wow, I'm glad he's consuming more media with more interesting women characters, kind of thing. But big questions over genre we're having right now. In
a lot of ways, I feel like we've spent the last couple of years complaining about the, future, or I guess the present of a lot of works and where it seemed things were having to go. And I feel like we're seeing a lot more nice departures that are encouraging across the various mediums, at least. So.
Yeah, I think the strikes was a reckoning.
Yeah.
As being a part of it, and that's going to take some time to kind of see where that goes. But it's nice to hear already murmurs of like, okay, shifts in creative direction because of that, because of people being like, listen, we're not going to like, people wanting something new and showing that, right? Like I'm very curious as to see where like A24's animation, like the direction is gonna go. That's cool. A lot more, non-mainstream stuff, right? And where that's gonna take things.
Yeah, I think that even before the strike, the looming discontent for sure that led up to it is definitely visible here.
More animation unions, or discussions over mobilizing and stuff, and where that may go and further on in the future. which of course circles back where like at what point will the anime industry have that own reckoning, right? But yeah.
Well, it's, as long as Isekai dies, that's all I need.
that's the first step. That's like yeah.
It's like we can have ReZero. That's it. Okay, no more. Wait, actually, I can have my book Isekai. Book Isekai.
Yeah, I did see you
with Studio.
Or yeah. So is she getting older? Like that's what that looked like, right?
Yeah,
She's now finally.
This is arc 3 where she's
no longer a child.
Well, you see, in the second arc, she had to fake her death.
Yes. Yeah. She had after she forced chokehold that guy.
They aged her up with AI.
I think they like killed that guy for real now.
Oh, okay, but she didn't do it.
But she didn't do it.
It wasn't her.
No, it was a situation where it was like her extremely becoming a puppet of like correlations type stuff with the church and intersecting with all that.
Okay, yeah, this is turning into Star Wars. I see. Got it. The Star Wars prequels probably.
It's
but better.
It's pretty crazy. I like that she has the last season was not a really good adaptation, which is why I'm glad Wit is taking over, because it was super clear that I think it's White Fox was working on it before.
Okay.
It's super clear that they were not like all the way invested in that season 2. So it's nice to see that it's going somewhere that's probably going to be good. But that whole season was all about her getting new dads, so that was very funny. Of just like, here's my 3 fathers. Yeah, it's a great series. I don't know. As long as Isekai can be that, you have a conceit, you have an idea of what you want to accomplish. Not just my idea of what I want to accomplish is fucking getting some. It's like 90% of them. I don't remember you. No, you did finish this fucking smartphone, right, John?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Pray to God that there's no season 3.
Yeah, I remember he talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember. I just couldn't remember if it ended altogether because.
I mean,
it was a needed expulsion of demons that were inside.
I mean, if it comes back, I'm gonna be like 40 when it does. So.
Which would make it worse.
I'm gonna be sitting there like I don't know, fucking hopefully owning my own home or whatever, just like sitting there, just like, all right, well, I've got my stock portfolio on one monitor, and on the other monitor, I have in another one with my smartphone, season 3. Guess what, y'all? He's got 4 more underage wives, and it's not good.
As you got older, the wives got younger. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fucking sucks.
All right, then. Do you want to just talk a little bit about Miggy and Dolly, and then we can wrap this up?
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't. Oh my God. Oh, Miggy and Dolly. Oh my God.
Oh, no.
No, in a good way. In a good way, but like it's insane. This is a twisted series, but like in a good way. I think. Wait. So we got one more episode. Miggy and Dolly got the lucky 13 episode. And we got one more. I watched the most recent one, but we got one more, and we gotta wait until after Christmas for Miggy and Dolly to end and see where this fucking goes. I'm gonna be careful here. I'm not gonna spoil it, because I know a couple of us here are watching this series. And we'll catch up. You need to be in this with me.
Okay.
This is twist after twist. This series might be like a standout for me. Like just toward like just shockingly so, like, okay, towards the end, like, going in, like, okay, this is a fucking weird series. But then, I don't know, the last 2 episodes, like, in terms of what they revealed, it's like, okay, sure, and I follow discussions of this series, too. It's like, is anyone else, like, reacting, like, is anyone else reacting to the series as people generally like, oh, this is fucking weird, but this is kind of, like, a weird gem. Yeah, people had theories, and looking back, like, yeah, those were kind of, like, obvious theories. It's like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and now a lot of them are, like, true. It's like, oh, yeah, of course, that makes a lot of sense. It's all coming to fruition. But, yeah. I'm just gonna say this. We got Ghost. Like, okay. I mean, as is well, all the fucked up things the series has already done, especially with the kid stuff. Like baby stuff. We got Ghost. We got NTR. NTR happens. There's NTR's happening. Yeah. Right. But it makes sense. It makes sense, though. I assure you. It's like, oh, okay. Sure. You know, arson will happen. Arson's happening. But I think what really impresses me with this series is that its supporting cast is honestly very good. In, like, ways where they're all, like, weird little freaks. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the weirdo kid that's kind of like a beaver. And they fulfill that. They have him, like, do things that are like, oh my god, alright, he's, like, no one's useless in this series. They all come through. Avengers assemble at the end, coming through for these twins that need to fucking find the murderer of their mom. And, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, like, the little sister of age, you know, like, she, like, suddenly becomes important, and she's consistent. It's, like, so good. I'm, like, oh, wow. It's I don't know. I'm very impressed by it. But it's still a fucked up little show that, of course, I would not recommend for the faint of heart. But, yeah, I think answers for sure get revealed in a way that sticks with how little weird it is. They don't go off the beaten path with how fucking weird this show is. They stay in character with that, and I respect that. I just respect this series very much. That like, okay, it's staying weird. I appreciate that. I just don't know where the ending will go from here. It just gets. I actually legitimately would be upset if it's a sad ending. I like legitimately that's how I feel about the show. If it becomes sad, like, but I don't know where it's gonna go. Like, it being a sad ending feels like the more realistic route, because like, where the fuck are they gonna go? But we'll see. I don't know. I very surprised by the series. That's all I will say. I just, oh my god, twist after twist. Yeah, I like love the supporting cast. Like, this is like a bizarrely like strong supporting cast for a series like this. So yeah. Just tail end of the year. Like, oh, okay, I think this is one of my tops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of the year.
Yeah.
Definitely memorable.
It's such an insane production. It's just an insane work. It is really sad that this is the last we'll get from that creator.
I know. And yeah, just really fucked up to go out like that young. That is terrifying and upsetting. But yeah, like, her mind. Like, her mind. Who knows what more could have been in store last, except, you know, unfortunately for what took her. But like, yeah, this is, oh my god.
All right. We said it would be a short one. That's pretty much all I think we got. Honestly,
yeah, we got one comment,
but I was gonna say we do.
Yeah, we got one plea.
We have one pleading. I don't know how to help you, Beryl. I'm sorry, but yeah, John, do you want to read this since I usually have you do that?
Sure. Yes. If you want to send in a question, a comment, or I guess a plea for your help,
cries of help.
Yeah, you can send it to gamesline.tumblr.com/ask, and you'll sound like this. Beryl asks, or I guess says. No one I know is watching Kamarabi, and I feel like I'm going insane. I can't tell if Yoko Taro is actually goated and too smart for me, or if this is actually the most cornball nonsense garbage show I've watched in several years. The recent episode revealed a parallel world with bodies falling from the sky into the real world, forming an orb of bodies like the Final Fantasy XIV's second Nier raid. Also, I guess I've watched Frieren and Jujutsu Kaisen. The first is great, and the staff of the second need to go on strike.
Watching that stuff about the Jujutsu Kaisen fight scenes adding in the map of offices being blown up was like, I'm sure things are going good.
There's so many layers to this, like, submission. I really love it.
Yeah, so let me start as the Yoko Taro expert here. Let me tell you, I think a lot of people have been realizing recently, like, hey, why is only Yoko Taro getting tapped for stuff and not the people that actually write his damn games? Because, like, he's sort of a supervisor more than anything for all of his stuff. Like, he's writing all the short stories, the weapon stories. That's the thing he writes in those games. Like, other people write the characters and stuff. And it's just like, I think this is really like the straw that's breaking the camel's back for people of like, this show is insane. Is it actually going somewhere? I don't know. Probably not, knowing Yoko Taro's interaction with other stuff.
Scammed?
Yeah. Like, they just closed down his Sega gacha game that was like a Sega post-apocalyptic gacha game where they're all outrun the girl.
Yeah, in the US it's going offline, I think, in February.
I don't think it came out over here at all. It just
You're thinking of the other one, Sino Alice. This was a Sega one.
For Japan, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, my thing with Yoko Taro is I think is like the thing is like he's good at what he does in his games and he's good for gameplay ideas specifically, but he needs a team to put it together, and I think he's just being put with a bunch of teams that don't have either a director who understands that to the same degree or like people who can supplement his ideas. Because that's like that's why Nier Automata is more well received than Nier Replicant. Is it's like he was fundamentally working with a very strict budget, right, for his ideas of what he wanted to do, and that's why Nier Automata has multiple endings and routes that are different, and Nier Replicant does not. And it's just like
more concepts than concrete stuff. Yeah.
So it's just like I feel like he's just been ever since Nier Automata. It's just like we're only getting just Yoko Taro with a bunch of random teams punching something out, and Show's about jerking off is all I remember Beryl talking about a while ago. Was like the first few episodes were all about the main character jerking off, and I'm like, I don't. Yoko Taro needs women around to keep him in check, I think.
Yes.
Don't we all?
Yanku no Pado.
Oh, come on. Good Lord. Don't laugh at him. You're encouraging him. And then it infects me, and then I can't stop saying it.
Ray's gonna kick my ass.
But yeah, I need to watch more Frieren. Is what this also reminded me, because I only watched like the first 6 episodes. Yeah.
I mean, I heard at some point it does kind of just become a battle manga, which is like kind of
Aww.
So like I'm wondering how close the drop off is there, if it's like a weird, because I don't know what I expect out of it. I just know that there is a lot of good in it. Yeah.
I saw a lot of people talking about how good the dancing animation was recently from this past week's episode, I think. So I know at the very least it's a very good production, but I am curious about that because I know a few of my friends who read the manga before this came out really were like, crazy effusive of it, and then got like over halfway through and started to be like, don't know about this. So I'm curious where I land on that spectrum. Because, yeah, like Maverick said, more focus on battles and more focus on weird power scaling of Frieren.
Watch it be that they adapt everything right up until that point.
Yeah, and then they're like, and this is our ending. There was an anime that did that semi recently, wasn't there? Where it was just like, all right, yeah, no more. It's fine. I can't remember.
I forget, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
God, I have so much to catch up on.
Me too. I want to check out like Bullbuster and shit. My wife being gone has meant I have not watched like any of the like anime series we've been watching, so I'm behind on those. But also, I haven't been watching my own damn shows. I've been watching Deep Space Nine. That's what I've been doing. It's not an anime.
I got Lupin on the brain. I got Gundam on the brain. I got so much shit on the brain.
The one thing I know that I'm confident in is I have those damn Gurren Lagann tickets for next month.
I need to buy mine still.
You should get on it. I'm sure it's probably not that hard to get those, realistically speaking.
No, yeah. I mean, listen, I get paid on Friday. Whoa, paychecks. Having a paycheck again. I'm going to check my live bank report. Welcome to Unlimited Stockworks.
Let's go.
I'm in the double digits.
Oh, shit.
Yep, that paycheck is coming in hot this end of the week.
It's kind of like a subscriber count watch.
Yeah, kind of. Except I know, man, I can't buy a sandwich tomorrow, but I really do want a sandwich tomorrow.
Sandwiches are good.
Sandwiches
They are.
good. I almost wanted to get those D-box things for the Gurren Lagann because they have that, the 4D stuff. Or
so you can get
my
throttled.
god.
But I was like, I can't do it. I heard too many from John, you talking about going that one time, and a couple people I know seeing Godzilla. I was like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. I do not mean to make any disparaging remarks about you, Rose, but as someone who is sick quite often,
Yeah.
I think I don't think you'd be able to walk out of there. I think they'd be sweeping you up.
Yeah,
You've done
that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I was thinking like they're gonna do a Giga Drill break and my like chest is gonna explode like straight up like an alien.
Oh, I'm so curious, though. I'm so curious.
I know, that's what my thing was, but I overcame. I was like, no, I'm just gonna get these nice seats in the middle of the theater. Nice.
You need to do it for your health.
The other thing too is that it's not like they're redistributing those movies, and like they're just gonna add weird like fucking like seat vibrations whenever the like transformation happens.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm picked like how fucking brutal. Like they're gonna get to the space fight scenes and you're just gonna die. Like you're just like
They cut off the oxygen.
Yeah. There's that part where they're like dying in space. It's like probably they're just the doors seal.
We're not letting you out of here. You get you weeaboo fuck.
No, I think that shit is too much for me. I think just hearing like Godzilla, it's like you just see people's popcorn flying everywhere. I don't know about this.
No, I mean, like, I explicitly saw that movie in a regular ass showing, even though a lot of people were saying to go see it in IMAX just because everyone was like, it's the loudest thing in the world. Every time Godzilla makes a noise, it feels like you're gonna die. And I was just like,
Ain't no way.
Like, I'm just like, I get it, but also I don't like loud stuff, okay? I don't like very loud things. It was already loud enough as is in the regular showing. I'm good. It was empty. I just chilled out and saw that movie, and I had a great time, and I thought that movie was fan-fucking-tastic. I didn't, like, maybe I might go see it again in IMAX if I don't know, if I feel like it. But I had a good enough time as is. I don't need to be screamed at. I don't need to be jostled. I don't need to have water sprayed on me. Is there a part in those movies where someone sprays someone with water?
There's a hot spring scene in the first movie.
Yeah, there's a hot spring.
Then
they're just gonna throw boiling water at your face.
Yeah, good morning. Wake up, motherfucker. Here you go.
Smell-o-vision?
I don't. What would you even smell in that? It's like a damn desert.
The fucking just rank.
Just sweat.
The rank sweat coming off a communist
Yeah, exactly.
body.
Masculinity.
But no, I hope you have a good time watching your movie, Rose.
I will. I'm very excited to see that. I'm curious to see how the translation is, though, because they did put out a trailer for it, and it seemed like they already were changing the Pierce the Heavens line, so...
Uh-oh.
We'll see. Maybe it's a better translation, you don't know.
Yeah. I might go see that, too, because, I see the
it's good.
tickets for that, yeah. Oh, boy, yeah, we have,
At least see the second one.
You know what? Here's the thing. They got 4DX here. Why don't I? Maybe I'll do it.
You need to be the correspondent who goes it for all of us.
Damn, it's $20. That's a lot.
That's movie tickets. That's movie tickets nowadays.
That's movie tickets.
Well, no, I mean it's $20 for D-Box. It's like let me see how much it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine was just straight up fucking $20 for a ticket.
It's like $13.50 for standard admission.
Oh, must be nice. Must be nice.
It is. I'm sorry.
No, going from like small towns, New England to like Los Angeles has really made me be like, wow, economy's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that.
Yeah.
That's all for this episode of Unlimited Railworks. Thank you all for being here. Next time we're going to be watching Tokyo Godfathers, which, John, I can't believe you did not see that movie in your theaters.
I fucking slept through it. I went to bed, I didn't go to bed really early. I was so tired. I took a nap, and then I woke up and I was just like, fuck. I was so mad. I bought the fucking ticket even, too, so I just ate that, but it's okay. It happens.
Well,
I'm gonna go see Boy in the Yeah, I'm gonna go see Boy and the Heron in theaters probably. I don't know exactly when, but I've been enjoying my solo theater outings.
It's
lately.
nice sometimes.
I think that'll be nice.
Yeah. I brought it up with some former coworkers, like, oh yeah, we can try to see it after New Year's when everything settles down. Yeah, I'm debating between like if we should watch just this Japanese subtitle or the English dub, mostly because I want to hear how crazy Robert Pattinson is.
Yeah.
But that could be another time. It doesn't have to be that. But I'm just very curious because hearing the clips is like, what is this man doing? But okay.
Yeah. And they got Die Hard at my local movie theater.
They do that, yeah.
I might go see Maybe I'll go see Die Hard.
Yeah, double feature.
Oh, nice.
I don't know about a double feature, but I'm also interested in. I'm sorry, I know we're trying to wrap up, but I will just. I am interested in that A24, the Iron Claw movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Claw.
Yeah, Zac Efron killing it, I guess, huh?
Movies are back.
Yeah, they are.
There's too many fucking movies I want to see in the theater. It's so annoying.
After, I feel like it's happening now, especially, after, I'm especially annoyed because my fucking wife is gone, right? And then all these fucking movies came out at once, like Godzilla, the Ghibli, the everything. I'm just like, God, come on.
Yeah.
Months where we were like, maybe we could see a movie, and there's fucking nothing.
And now they just are like,
Hey.
I don't know.
It's like when people used to talk about the Madden month of games, where all the games just start coming out, and that doesn't exist anymore because that's every 2 months, 7 million games come out.
Right.
But it's like movies are still like that, almost.
Yeah, just congestion for no reason. It's
Yeah.
Great, thanks.
It's like, we're not going to go see 5 movies the week of Christmas when everyone's in town, okay? I don't know what world you guys live in. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so Tokyo Godfathers, that's what we're watching for next time. As always, you can go to the Patreon, patreon.com/Gamesline. For $3, get episodes of this show 1 week early and a bunch of other stuff. Just a nice little thing. But yeah, I want to thank you all again for joining me, and I want to hope everyone out there has a good day, night, week, month, year, etc. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Unlimited Railworks.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.